It's always hard to speak like this. So we are. So I'm going to do the recap 2025 of the community Flutter Montreal. So who don't know about Flutter Montreal? Who didn't know about this community before? First time, yeah. Cool. So for information, we do monthly meetups. We are supported. So we're part of the Flutter Meetup Network. We're supported by Google, and we're also part of GDG Montreal. We do every month meetups. We talk about Flutter itself. Sometimes we have like co-hosted events with clouds. So we can have Flutter with AI things or whatever. We have also Discord if you want updates. Uh, and you can also, if you have any issues with Flutter and you want to share your experience, you can share to the Discord. We will help you. We are active, and also people share their projects. So feel free to join the Discord. Yeah, you can talk. You can talk about anything. AI, Flutter. So the organizers is me, Billy, Ali here, and Jean. So I'm gonna talk about what happened this year. So first in Flutter, just to give you a small insight of how this framework evolved during the year, we had 4 minor releases. The first one was more about impeller. So if you don't know Flutter, Flutter render mobile your apps itself, and they improve the engine of rendering. So now on Android, it's it it's by default impeller. They improve also wildcard variables, which is if you're familiar with Go, if you don't use a variable, you just put underscore and it will skip the value. So it did also changes on hot reloading, if you don't have Flutter again. When you save, the app is instantly updated. So now initially it was on Android, iOS, desktop. Now even on web, when you develop, you save, it hot reload the app. It updates the changes. We also improve a bit the language. We have null aware elements. So if you have a list, if one element is null, then it just skip the element. So you don't need to, if this null, then add it. We just implemented it inside the language. We release hot reload in stable. Now you have even sensitive content protection. So if you do a screenshot of something sensitive, it will do a black screen. So we improve a lot of small things like this in the framework. Now you also have an MCP server inside the engine of Dart. So you don't need to have npx something. The language itself has an MCP. So you can. So I'm using it daily. It's very good. So when you use an agent, it will do the changes. As the MCP doesn't have anything, so it's gonna analyze, see there's errors, and understand there's something, and then update the code, and just loop like this until it's good. Very nice. You also have experiment preview, widget preview, so you don't need to run the app to see what you're designing. It's within Flutter. And then they change a bit the language, the syntax with dot shorthanded. So you don't need to specify the type. You can just put the value for an enum, for example, and you will get the value. So here is the changes in Flutter. It's important in the Flutter community. And we're going to talk about the community itself. So we started in 2023. End of 2023, we had first number of Discord member and meetup member. So just for the story, we just took an existing meetup community and we just take it and restart it. In 2024, it increased, and in 2025, now we mostly in 2 years doubled the numbers. So it's good. Congratulations to the community. Thank you for coming. And you see, you can come to us on Discord. There's so many people now. And we want this to increase again and again to have our Montreal community. So let's talk about you. At the end of every meetups, we have survey and we do a raffle, and we actually have those numbers. So you rate us 4.36, which is a very good thing. Thank you. It means we don't have anything to improve. It's very good. We have we also ask for your level of Flutter, and we can see that maybe we changed something in Montreal. Maybe we have now more intermediate, advanced, and expert. So that's good. We still need more newcomers to learn about Flutters. We also look at why you are using Flutter. So it's well split in three. So learning, professional, and side projects. So it's good. I don't have the previous year's numbers. I don't remember, but we have a lot of professional now. It's good. I think it's increasing. So it means we have more jobs in Flutter. That's good. And we also ask what subject do you want to see during the following events. So on the Flutter part, we have more beginner subjects, so state management, solution, state management solution. We want you want to know more about WASM, so WebAssembly. So you have to know that Flutter Web is running on WebAssembly, not first, but it's gonna switch to as WebAssembly first. So now if you run Flutter Web, it's gonna check if your code is working with WebAssembly. So maybe we can have a talk about it. We can share more about it. FFI, which is more a low native side, backend development maybe we can have. We also ask a lot of tools about AI, so autonomous prompt engineering. But that's some of them have been covered already this year, but we're always happy to have more speakers to talk about maybe the same thing, to have another opinion. And so feel free to reach us to talk about those things. And we also have Firebase Studio, real life projects. If you want to share about your experience, if you're working in a company with Flutter, how it changed your teams, or how efficient it is to work with Flutter. We have some meetups awards as jokes. So attendee of the year. So is the person who comes the most at during the year. And this year is you. It's Justin. we don't have anything, but he's here as always, loyal to us. And then we have the speaker of the year, the one who had the most talk during the year. And this year is Boris. Ella is actually there. Thank you for your contribution. Always happy to have you, both of you. We also have pizza every month. So every time you come here, you know you're gonna eat pizza. And unfortunately, we only have Domino's, so so this year is Domino's pizza. And oh yeah, time to thanks everyone. So that's all the speakers we had this year. So thanks to everyone. It was a good year. I'm gonna share some topics we had through this year. So first, in January, we started with Flutter Production. It was a campaign to share the local what apps was in production in the local in your local area. So they came to share about them how it changed them team, the product they made, etc. Then in February we had Alexander Florian who shared about native how they integrate Flutter with native platform. And then Jan with clean architecture, clean Flutter, clean architecture. We had a Flutter Flow workshop also. So we're going to talk more about it after. We had some students from Concordia who did a project during 3 months, and from scratch they did a project using Flutter and Firebase, and they wanted to connect students to each other using Amica, which is the name of the app. And then Boris talked about crafting product-ready AI agent for interactive gaming. He developed an app and played with a Scrabble and share how he can interact with it and play with it. Jin Lee here talk about Dart Flutter using MCP, so how he can develop, and it was your own library, right? Yeah, well resume, summarized. And Boris again talk about his product. It was the product for creating, what was it? Yeah, crowded. Depending on what you want, is gonna create the the solution. Stacy talked about CloudNext and IO. So what happened there this year, and we talk about what's new in Flutter and Google AI tools during the Google I/O also. And we had a Dreamflow workshop here with FFDG, and we had clean architecture, and we think the dev-product relationship in the no-code era. That was a lot of things. A quick thanks to the sponsor for this year. So we had Davidson, Unity, Inventive, Flutterflow, and also Flutter Meetup Network and GDG Montreal. So it was a good year. So next event will be in January 21st. It will be in downtown Concordia, District 3. It will be the first meetup of 2026. And that's it. I don't have the thank you slide. Okay. So now it's time for Flutterflow.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, because I was nervous. So for Flutterflow, I will go quickly because I know everyone is waiting for the beer, so we can catch up and follow up later about Flutterflow at the bar as well. So who we are Flutterflow developer groups, FFDG Montreal. These are the members. Ekarath Ekarath is here. Billy, you already met him. Yes, and Jean is there, and I am also one of the organizers. So introduction of FFDG meetups. Yeah, it looks fun, right? So I hope you can join or attend our meetups. What our meetups for? Our meetups is about gathering of coders, but also non-coders or low coders. And why you should join? This is fun. You can also share your ideas of your application, for example, web app or mobile app. But also for this is for whom we organize. We organize for anyone who wants to share their idea or who wants to start to code or start to learn on Flutter, or starts on you have an idea but you don't know where to start. you can come and we can talk about it together. So this is now more about Flutter Flow itself. What Flutter Flow is. So let's imagine that you have this big screen on your laptop. On the left side, you have three sections. On the left side, there are widgets. This can be a line or a box or image or anything. Calendar, widgets are there. On the middle side, there is an empty canvas. On the right side, there are some properties. So on the empty canvas, you select and drag and drop any widget you want to add in your app. If necessary, you can add some customizations for settings. It's done. So this is basically how Flutter Flow works. And now we're talking about Dreamflow. Dreamflow is more about vibe coding. So as you might already started or tried a bit using Cursor or Flutter, no, Firebase Studio, the Claude. So Dreamflow is more about vibe coding, but based on Flutter. For whom we recommend, again, non-coders, low coders, even coders. Everyone is welcome. Welcome to talk about, welcome to discuss, welcome to gather or present your application ideas. Everything is welcome. So feel free to check our news and our meetup page so that you don't miss our fun meetups. So looking back this year, what happened? So actually, FFDG was organized last year, but we start things this year. So for us, everything was the first things. So with Billy, we compared some data from last year and this year, but for us, everything is new. So first one, we had the first meetup at Unity, and then we had the first tech talk at Le Wagon, because this one was about workshop. So first meetup was a workshop. And the third one was in August. Maybe some of you already were there. We had the first a collaborated event like today's event. We had the summer party as a beer party with GDG Cloud, WTM, Flutter, and us, yes. And then we had the first Dreamflow event. Yeah, before then, we usually focused on Flutter Flow, but since then, we had Dreamflow events as well at here, Sanak. And recently, we had the first partnership with SCS at Concordia University. So SCS is a group of Concordia University students which were their specialty, their major at university was computer science. So news on Flutter Flow. In April, Dreamflow was launched. So yes, the big announcement was made and people were so excited. And in May, there was a 4-year celebration live stream. So they brought more news and updates with Flutter Flow. And now it is ongoing. There is a hackathon, but with Dreamflow. So we still have some period until the deadline. So if you want, you can check on internet, or you can find us. We can share some information. It is quite interesting. There is a prize and rewards. So please check them out. And news about us, our chapter, FFDG Montreal. In May, new organizer joined. It was me. Actually, this presentation was supposed to presented by someone else, so now I feel more embarrassing to present myself. But yes, I joined in May. And in June, we went to New York. Not all of us, but Jean and I visited New York to attend the conference for Flutter and Android. And we met Flutter Flow people there. And we went to this after party for Flutter Flow users. Flutter Flow organizers. And I found someone, he was quiet. He was quiet sitting on the corner while others were enjoyed music. So I had some questions about Flutter Flow, technically the future of Flutter Flow. So I asked him like, do you have a second? I saw you're wearing a Flutter Flow t-shirt, so maybe you work there. And Jean told me, yeah, you got a best person because he's the CEO of Flutter Flow. I didn't know about that, but I didn't want to lose that moment, that chance, that opportunity. So quickly, I turned the couches and chairs at there. So quickly turned it as on a kind of official interview with the CEO of Flutterflow. So I was asking some questions behalf of the users. So yeah, this is a proof. And in September, we got a regular venue here, Sanak. I don't know. Maybe you guys also like this place. This is, I think, yeah, yes, yeah. It's clean, new, quiet. Yes, and actually, whenever we organize meetups, we need to find some venues. But thanks to Billy booked this place. He booked this place for regular meetups. So thank you. And it's time to thank sponsors and partners. Flutterflow is our first sponsor, mainly for financial supports. Thank you, Eka. Every time he's the one who every time asks like financial and money talk is a bit hard, but he's doing that for us. And Le Wagon in Sanak in Unity is more about venues and some pizza money. And Concordia University was our partner. Yes. So yeah, we are open to more partners and sponsors. So please feel free to reach us if you have any good idea or if you know someone who could be interested in no code platform or low code platform. We can talk about it. So thank you. So you learn about Flutterflow a bit, and again, we can catch up at the bar as well. Thank you. Wicker.
Is everything there? This was 100% generated by AI. Shocker. Hi everyone, welcome and great turnout. So great job, Jen, everybody. Super nice everybody here. Well, quick intro. I'll do the intro of everybody, but I'm Stacy Verano. I'm one of the organizers of GDG Montreal for the last 5 years. So started in COVID times. So quieter at home, no pants time, but yeah. So wanted to do a little recap of what we did this year for GDG Cloud Montreal, but also for those of you who don't know what is GDG Cloud Montreal, so Google Developer Group Cloud Montreal. So like all the other communities, of course, we're community driven. We have a core focus, of course, it says it in the name. We're focusing on Google Cloud itself. So everything that could be AI ML under Vertex, just like raw compute, also like infrastructure. It's not just about AI. There's also plumbing underneath, so you need to understand it. So it's nice to have a meetup that covers that. So we try to do, like it says monthly first and quarterly. It's mostly quarterly, I would say. We have a mix of like really like some demos, sometimes we try to do workshops when it works, but it's not always obvious. But when we set it up, it works quite well. So we do that throughout the years, and then we have a mix of collab events like this one today, where we're collaborating with our friends from other communities in Montreal, and also like the big flagship event that some of you actually came a few weeks ago, on November 1st, the Fest Montreal. So And of course, our goal, like any other community, is to create a space for people to collaborate, network, you know, present also. Like sometimes you have an idea, you want to pitch it. This is what GDG Cloud is for. So already talked about myself, one of the organizers. There's also Florian and Caesar that are in the back right there. So thank you guys. We also have sponsors. Well, myself, like I work at Battle, so Battle is one of them. Basically, they sponsor my time. Davidson. So Florian, you can't leave your job because we need the venue for our meetups. But Davidson is hosting us and also providing the food when we do our meetups, which is quite nice. So thank you, Davidson. And also, well, Google Cloud as a whole, where sometimes we can, we have access to speakers, topics, some specifics. So if we do local, we have GDEs, but also if we do remote events, then we have the possibility of reaching out to the broader Google ecosystem, because it doesn't cost them anything to just join a call during the, let's say, lunchtime. So this is us. So the TLDR by the numbers. So we did 3 events, mix of in-person, in real life and online. We had like 5 locally co-hosted events, so including our DevFest that we had. We co-hosted an event with one of the USA chapter in Salt Lake, which was good. And also we had like Google co-hosted events, so can all those like build with AI events that chapters co-host, and sometimes we do also in Montreal directly, is stuff that we counted in there. So it's well, GDG is one of those things where they started all the chapters using meetup.com, and Google is paying for it. But now they've switched us to another platform. So now we have like people everywhere. so we have a mix. So we can say we round up, like we have like roughly like 1,000 people, part of the community that attends our events. Looking at what we did, like really like the events that we did in person or not, like during the year, we started in March, and basically we went back to basic. So we did Google Cloud Infrastructure. So let's talk about compute, let's talk about networking, load balancing, the way the Google Cloud network works, the way it's set up. So again, it's not about like AI all the time. There's some stuff behind all of this. So that's where, well, it was nice to do a reset. And even at DevFest, some people said, well, it would be nice also to have other events where you go back to basics, because AI is cool, it's awesome, we all use it, you all build models, you can do a bunch of stuff. It runs on something. It's important to understand sometime, lift the hood, looks what's underneath. So we covered this at the start of the year. And then, well, after that, like was the big event for Google Cloud, which is like Google Cloud Next in Vegas. And it didn't stay in Vegas, whatever happened there. So we brought it over. So basically Google Next, for those who don't know, it's like right now AWS reInvent is in Vegas for the AWS people. Google Cloud Next, it's the same thing. Google Cloud Base, also in Vegas, but happening in April. So it's that's where you get the latest news. If you're a partner of Google, that's where you get like some of the new stuff that's coming, early access to things. So it's a week of Google Cloud nonstop, and also it's a week where you do your steps every day. You hit your target probably like within the first hour because you walk everywhere. So that's good. But following this, we brought stuff back from Vegas, and basically we did 2 recaps. One in English in May, where basically we went through everything, kind of like the TLDR, what happened in Vegas. And also, I've mentioned we collaborating with other chapters. So 2 days after, we actually did the same thing, but in French. Parce qu'on peut le faire en français aussi, il n'y a pas de problème. Donc, we switched over to our friend from Quebec City and said, yeah, let's do it in French. So yes, the audience is limited, but it's also important to provide content in both languages. So that was something we did, and something that we need to do again in 2026. So in the Google events online, like we had the virtual mixer, kind of ramping up stuff throughout the year through everything that was AI and build with AI sessions. So this was like a virtual mixer. You can do some labs online and prep. Pretty cool stuff. So we had the I/O extended later, like Jed mentioned, like for Flutter, where we we just went through everything, and also like a recap of I/O, but also mixing some stuff from next to it. We did on July 11th for those who were actually for those who went to DevFest at the same venue on July 11th. We did a build with AI workshop. So it was at the same in the same lobby. So everybody was there. Googlers were there, and basically they spent like hours going through labs and having just fun, burning credits, and hey, it's not my money. So yeah, and going through like A2A and all that, all the cool stuff that's happening, you were able actually to play with it and having like the right people to answer your question. So that was a great event sponsored by Google, straight downtown Montreal. And well, like the summer version of what we're doing right now, we just add for those who came, like we went straight to, and actually, well, Billy, you're the one that raised your hands. Hey, we should do something, if I'm not mistaken. So thanks for that. So we're able just to gather in August, like no code, no talk, just like meet people, have a good time. So that was great. And after that, the DevFest season started. So DevFest is something that runs through until the end of December. And it's global. So we had ours in November 1st. But then it started with a DevFest opener virtual. So you're able to see like what's going on in North America, connecting with people, and see like what can we do and what needs to come in the fall, which in our case was for November 1st. Mentioned the co-hosted event. So basically is the impact of Gen AI on development software lifecycle. So that was it's online. It was recorded also, so it's a good one that you can watch. So if you go back to our the GDG Cloud Montreal page, go back to the events, you're able to have the link to that event, which is on their page, and you'll have the recording also. It was a good one. And like there's a big pause, but then everybody was busy. Everybody from this group, Flutter, WTM. GDG Montreal, everybody actually had stuff to do because we were prepping for DevFest. So on November 1st, we had our big event. So we had we had like 300 plus people who actually registered. So that was great. We had 75% people showing up, which is great when it was 100% strike at the STM. So for everybody who actually showed up, a big thank you. And well, this is where we are right now. So there's actually elves playing, like doing bowling with penguins. I don't know why, just that's the prompt that generated that. So that's the thing. But there's one last event we're gonna go through, and of course there was a DevFest season opener that needs to be a season closer. So on December 12th, we'll have an event online, but everybody can join. You'll also be able to play. There's gonna be some new labs. You can do some like Christmassy stuff. Through either like AI Studio, talking to Vertex and stuff like that. Like, by the way, like the slide deck was entirely created in Gemini, because right now, for those who use Gemini at google.com, you go in and you select Canvas. You can actually say, create a slide deck, blah, 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 and then it's going to give you a Google slide output that you can actually tweak after, and then you can play with the image. So it's a good way to I lost probably like way more time than I should playing with it, but it's like anything else. Like you start playing with, oh, I can do this. Then it's been 2 hours. So yeah, it's supposed to work also. So what about 2026? So you saw everything we did. So of course we want to do like more in-person session, and the fact that I asked Florian not to quit his job so that we have a venue to go to. Of course, like more community collabs also. Like we love, actually, we have smaller community in Montreal, so it's great just to hook up and just like make it a big pool. It gives exposure to all the other communities, which is great. Try to do some online events during lunchtime. We did that in the past, less this year. So the idea is to either like find specific topics, so maybe like training tracks. We're having that discussion earlier on. So say, well, somebody wants to get certified. There are tracks available at Google for the chapter, so we can follow those and people can join. Say, hey, I want to get certified. So here's like a 5-week track you can actually go through, and then we'll guide you through with exercises and chats. So it's good. We'll also, I wanted to highlight some of the Google Workspace capabilities. It's not Google Cloud, but it's something that a lot of people use. But there's also a lot of people coming into the workforce that are not exposed to the entire stack. And so hey, why not take, I don't know, like take a lunchtime or whatever, say, okay, we'll do it on Workspace this time. So here's what you can do with Notebook LM, is we can do with Gemini, specifically like the slide stuff, or like within the tools themselves, or Google Vids. Like it's the new service that nobody uses. But you can do so much with it, it's great. I used it for that fest. So going down that path. Of course, we'll do our next 26 recap, and of course, we'll have our Dev Fest. So I want to thank you all for your time. Thanks for the community. Thanks for your time this year. And yeah, next up is Stefania, I think. And if you want to join the Discord, which is the same Discord as GDG Montreal, or the Bevy page, you have the QR codes, so feel free. Voila. The microphone. Yeah, sensor.
Okay. So we are two, but only me will have the microphone.
You're the only one with power.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Oh, that's so nice. So, first question, do you know women tech makers? How many? Can you just... Okay, that's nice, that's nice.
Start by booing everybody that doesn't.
No, we are nice, we are nice. Today we are nice, please. Okay, so Women Tech Makers Montreal is a community that was born 11 years ago, here in Montreal, of course. Why we are here is basically because we want to celebrate women in tech, but I want just to make sure that people can understand it's not a women-only community, it's a community for everyone, okay? So please come to our event, stay with us. We have volunteers that are men, so you are not alone, no worries. We have also speakers and participants that are men, okay?
Love everybody in general.
Love. Okay. So my slides will be very, very fast. What happened this year, we had our 10th anniversary event celebration. Yep. We were able to have this giant school only for us, almost. And I will say, since we work a lot with data, my slides will be a lot of numbers. So basically, we were able to go from 180 participants to 400 participants. And we want to keep going. So, of course, here are not the 400, but I can tell you they were almost there. Oh, there is another microphone.
Thank you.
Oh, no, now I will not be able to talk.
I have been given the power of voice.
Okay, well, okay. Go ahead. Huh?
Right, sure. By the way, I'm improvising this. I was not supposed to be here today, but still. It looks like, talking about data, we gather a whole bunch of partners. It was a little too many to show on screen today, so we're just going to say it's 26 people. 26
no,
company
plus 26.
and over, because we have a couple that just joined us recently. It's all people that we love, very nice, very, the kind of people that you want beside you. And it goes by itself. When you have more people joining your network, you gain influence, you gain traction, you gain volume into what you try to do. So goes by itself. We try and reach out to everybody around here, especially to those who don't know us yet. Also thanks to our sponsors and partners.
Yeah, and the good part is that when we have so many collaboration, we also make sure that Montreal is really included. We can raise the voice of many people that are here, and especially many other communities. So in our event, we usually don't talk only about AI or a specific technology. We try to talk as many as possible of technology, but also different departments and domains, so that we can have a party all together. Okay, I will say this. Okay, this year we had huge milestones. We were one of the protagonists of the Montreal Tech Week in October. And we were able to, we were the owner of the Women in Tech and AI tracks of the Tech Week. It was a lot of work, but we are very proud of it because we were able to have even more people around us and also make sure that we were all together speaking, talking about technologies. And for me, it was interesting because we know that in Montreal we lose every year a lot of talents because they don't feel at ease to like develop their community, especially for newcomers. So this was really a track that was dedicated to all these talents to build and also develop all together. So, do you want? Oh wow! You also put your
Of course.
microphone.
No. Go ahead. Have fun. This is mostly your doing.
No,
so.
no, it's not me. This is mostly Brigitte. I will say that she's not here because she has another event. We are all around the city, but this year we were able to gain more than 1K followers. So, and they are all around the different communities. So we have different levels, different skills, which for us, again, it's our first priority is to make sure that we can speak to a variety of people and make sure that we move all together. And that's it. I'm very happy about that. And I will say I could not do that with all the volunteers that work with me because it's mostly thanks to them that we can have all the social media stuff, all the messages, all the follow-up and so on. So
And if you ever wonder who we're talking about, there's a bunch of guys over there. It's amazing people, just right there in the center. Just out here to represent everybody that helps us making things happen. So thank you, guys.
And for whoever is just listening to this recording, sorry, because I just said, woo!
That's all right.
Sorry. Okay. And this year we had also other milestones. We were able to to have articles from City News and Radio Canada for our events, which was it was special. It was weird, especially for me when I had to talk to these people. I was like, I shy.
Let's go through
I'm
the
very shy.
introduction.
Yeah, but it was a huge milestone because, however, this means that we were able to speak again to a variety of people, even more than the communities we usually talk with. Do you want to do this?
This one I just laughed about when I saw this light in general, because the whole you haven't seen anything yet posted like this looked like an ad, and I loved it. But if you can move on to the next one. April 18th, 2026, going to be our next flagship event. Once a year we organize it. Last year was the 10th anniversary. We're going to be doing the 11th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be always at the same place. We do this at the Collège de Maisonneuve. It's reachable enough by pretty much any form of transport. There's going to be a whole lot of things going on over there. We have a great partnership with them. So we're able to not only host the event on site, we can profit from the layout of the area. We provide various forms of entertainment for your minds, because it's all about learning something in there. There's going to be a workshop, tech talks. There's going to be a couple surprises that we're still working through in terms of who you can be talking to once you get there. But the most important thing is it's all people that's on site for the same reason. We're trying to make sure we stick out together. Montreal is known for being the cradle of multiple startups, multiple communities that start from scratch. We try to live that kind of mentality and bringing things to everybody's daily life. So if you feel like joining us, tickets will be opening shortly. Yeah, they're not open yet, are they?
Not yet.
Not
so
yet.
That's why you have a beautiful QR code that you can scan, so that you will be able to know as first when the ticket system is open, and you will also have a discount.
If you like money, it's a great idea.
And by the way, during our event, we usually have different tech and different levels. So if you are an expert in your tech, no worries, you will have something to do during our events.
Or you can get in touch with us just to see if you may want to host a workshop.
Yeah,
it may be a great
why not?
idea. Why not?
And if you're a beginner, we also have those workshops for you. And very I would say, yummy food. Yes.
We have the best food in Montreal when it comes to events.
Yeah.
Easily, easily.
It's okay.
I'm sorry for Domino's that had the prize before, but I'm sure they will live with it.
So thank you. Um, so